As soon as our hero sees the Kunlun giant eagle in front of him, he immediately pulls out his scythe and quickly activates the gathering force skill. Staring at the giant eagle, he says, "Just an level 85 world boss. Then I'll personally be the one to cut you down." The moment the gathering force skill activates, powerful energy begins forming around our hero, and the symbol of gathering force becomes visible on his face. But at that very moment, the Kunlun giant eagle charges straight at our hero at full speed. Spreading its claws wide, it rushes in to grab him. However, the instant our hero sees it, he swiftly activates the god-slaying skill, and the moment the skill is triggered, he swings his scythe and slices the giant eagle coming at him cleanly in half. In a single strike, the giant eagle is split apart and completely destroyed. As soon as it is destroyed, a system notification appears before our hero, informing him that he has slain the Kunlun giant eagle, rewarding him with 12 million experience points. At the same time, our hero obtains 4 items: Kunlun Flame Great Blade, Kunlun Storm Battle Armor, Kunlun Thunder Ring, and Kunlun Ice Bracelet. The moment he sees these 4 items, our hero quickly stores them in his inventory and, while looking at the scene ahead, says, "Looks like this is the legendary Kunlun set." Although the attributes of each individual piece aren't that impressive, it's said that once a full set is assembled, it can completely elevate the power of the elements. Unfortunately, it's of little use to me, but the human race could really benefit from this equipment. Just as he is saying this, he suddenly hears the sound of a bell behind him. His attention instantly shifts backward, and when he turns around, he notices a door behind him. Looking at it, he feels slightly surprised and mutters, "The aura of a deity. I wonder which god exists here." As he finishes speaking, he takes a step forward, and the moment he moves, the door opens. Our hero walks inside, and at that instant, powerful golden lightning flashes brilliantly. Within just a few seconds, our hero passes through the door and arrives at an unknown place. There stands a large house, surrounded by cherry blossom trees. On the branches of the cherry blossoms hangs the very item whose sound our hero had heard earlier. Looking at the scene before him, our hero says, "What a beautiful scene." At that moment, a person appears there, and, looking at our hero, says, "Hello, little one of the human race. My name is Kunlun, the great deity of the Kunlun Mountains." The moment our hero sees this senior, he is shocked by the overwhelming power he senses and thinks, "A great deity? That's a level even higher than high-ranking gods, equivalent to a peak powerhouse just half a step away from being a super god among the human race. I never expected such an existence to be inside the Kunlun Divine Palace." Without wasting a moment, our hero respectfully lowers his head and says, "Human Divine General Lin Moyu greets the great deity Kunlun." Seeing our hero's formality, the senior calmly says, "There's no need for such courtesy. It has been countless years since I last spoke with anyone. It's rare to meet you, so keep me company and talk with me for a while." Hearing this, our hero asks, "No problem. What would you like to talk about?" That unknown senior does not respond to our hero's question at all. After hearing our hero's words, he simply looks toward the sky ahead in complete silence. Seeing this behavior, our hero begins to wonder in surprise. This great deity, didn't he hear what I said? Or has he fallen into his memories? Thinking this, our hero gently says to the senior in a slightly sad tone, "Senior, that battle, it must have been very cruel, right?" The moment the senior hears this, his attention shifts to our hero. Looking at him, he speaks in a calm voice, "You know some things. We paid far too great a price, and this world paid far too great a price as well." Then, touching the bell-like artifact hanging from the cherry blossoms, he continues, "I know you have many questions in your heart, but right now, you are not qualified to know these things." Hearing this, our hero becomes serious and asks, "Great deity, what level of strength is required to be qualified to know?" After hearing this question, the senior looks at our hero seriously and replies calmly, When you master a law, mastering a law, that means reaching the realm of half-step to a super god. Hearing this, our hero becomes confused, shocked, and slightly flustered. Seeing his reaction, the senior gives a faint smile and says, "I have seen many powerful beings, but little one, you are quite remarkable as well. You have passed the final trial of the dungeon. I would like to ask you to help me with something." Listening to this, our hero grows a bit tense and slightly nervous, but still says, "Please say it, as long as it does not harm the human race." The senior smiles and says to our hero, "After all, I was once your human race's comrade, someone who shared life and death with them. I hope you can go to the lower layer of the ancient battlefield, to the Azure Dragon Sea beneath the wild continent, and help me retrieve something." Hearing this, our hero immediately asks in surprise, "What is it?" The senior looks at our hero seriously and says, "My wife's godhood." Then, looking at the cherry blossoms, he continues in a deeply emotional tone. "My wife and I were different from other deities. We did not become gods naturally. We became deities by chance. Before becoming deities, we were also part of the human race. Back then, she died in battle, and her godhood fell into the Azure Dragon Sea, sinking to the bottom of the ocean. These plum blossoms were planted at the time of her fall." Hearing this, our hero is extremely shocked and thinks in disbelief. What? The great deity Kunlun was actually human before? Then the senior says to our hero in a sorrowful tone, "Retrieving her godhood, that should have been my responsibility as her husband. But my true body is still in deep slumber, so I can only ask for your help. This is also the only thing I can still do for her." Hearing this, our hero smiles and says, "Senior, don't worry. I will definitely help you find your wife's godhood." As soon as our hero says this, the artifact hanging from the cherry blossom branches, the one that was making the bell sound, begins to float toward him. The senior hands it to our hero and says, "This is my wife's life-bound weapon. Take it. If the distance between it and her godhood is less than 100 kilometers, it will resonate." The moment our hero takes the artifact into his hand, a system notification appears. Sacred Sound Wind Chime, a mythical grade weapon, the weapon of the god of sacred sound. The instant our hero sees this mythical grade weapon, he is utterly shocked and thinks, "This is the god of sacred sound." After a short while, the senior opens the palace door and, taking out some Kunlun snowgrass from inside, hands it to our hero while saying, "These are your rewards. I think you've already seen these before." The moment our hero sees the Kunlun snowgrass, he is extremely shocked, because beyond the palace doors there is an enormous amount of Kunlun snowgrass. Looking at such a vast quantity, our hero says in astonishment, "Such dense life energy, it's Kunlun snowgrass, so much of it. There must be tens of thousands of them. And there's even a snowgrass king. What kind of effect would that have?" Hearing this, the senior smiles and says to our hero, "Ordinary snowgrass should no longer have any effect on you. But that snowgrass king, it is meant for you. When you attempt to break into the half-step super god realm, it will be of great use." Hearing this, our hero immediately thanks him, saying, "Many thanks, great deity. With this snowgrass, the strength of the human race can rise to an even higher level." As soon as their conversation ends, the senior's figure begins to fade away before our hero's eyes, and he says, "All right, it's time for you to leave." In the next moment, he directly teleports our hero away from that place. After our hero disappears, the senior, left alone, speaks in a sorrowful voice, "Yinner, I miss you so much." After that, the story directly shifts back to our hero, who has already been teleported outside the dungeon. As he arrives, he smiles and says, "I'm out, Kunlun snowgrass, Kunlun set." Then, suddenly turning serious, he begins walking toward the dungeon again and says firmly, "Since the Kunlun set is so hard to collect, then I'll farm it myself. As long as I farm enough, I can gather a complete Kunlun set. Maybe with this, I can help the human race build a powerful army."